At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth, change and adversity, we always uphold our values and pride ourselves on inclusion, diversity and accessibility in youth soccer. We help foster an obsession for the game on the field and help build and develop young men and women off of it and every moment in between. We bleed green and gold. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. We are a community, a family, a team. We're MSI. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth, change and adversity, we always uphold our values and pride ourselves on inclusion, diversity and accessibility in youth soccer. We help foster an obsession for the game on the field and help build and develop young men and women off of it and every moment in between. We bleed green and gold. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. We are a community, a family, a team. We're MSI. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth, change and adversity, we always uphold our values and pride ourselves on inclusion, diversity and accessibility in youth soccer. We help foster an obsession for the game on the field and help build and develop young men and women off of it and every moment in between. We bleed green and gold. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. We are a community, a family, a team. We're MSI. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs.
Welcome to DMV Sports Media here at Albert Einstein High School. Just a quick update, the game has been pushed back to 7:30, so just a few minutes time and we'll kick off. Do make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, share. Thank you. See you shortly.
all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth, change and adversity, we always uphold our values and pride ourselves on inclusion, diversity and accessibility in youth soccer. We help foster an obsession for the game on the field and help build and develop young men and women off of it and every moment in between. We bleed green and gold. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. We are a community, a family, a team. We're MSI. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth, change and adversity, we always uphold our values and pride ourselves on inclusion, diversity and accessibility in youth soccer. We help foster an obsession for the game on the field and help build and develop young men and women off of it and every moment in between. We bleed green and gold. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. We are a community, a family, a team. We're MSI. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth, change and adversity, we always uphold our values and pride ourselves on inclusion, diversity and accessibility in youth soccer. We help foster an obsession for the game on the field and help build and develop young men and women off of it and every moment in between. We bleed green and gold. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. We are a community, a family, a team. We're MSI. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth, change and adversity, we always uphold our values and pride ourselves on inclusion, diversity and accessibility in youth soccer. We help foster an obsession for the game on the field and help build and develop young men and women off of it and every moment in between. We bleed green and gold. Montgomery Soccer Incorporated. We are a community, a family, a team. We're MSI. At Montgomery Soccer Incorporated, we've been providing Montgomery County, Maryland with youth soccer programs for players of all ages and backgrounds for over 50 years. We were coached by our own family members and family friends. Then we took our love for the game to the next level. The development and community that exists in this club and these community programs enrich and empower our young players and motivate and inspire us every day. That's 15,000 young boys and girls that we continue to serve through our club mission of creating a level of play for everyone and anyone who wants to play the beautiful game. Here at MSI, throughout times of growth,
Alrighty, welcome back to DMV Sports Media here live from Albert Einstein High School, where we should be getting underway here. Captains are being called, sides are being selected, and traditions will be upheld shortly. But while we get into that, we'll run through the starting lineups for both the visiting side and the home side. For Hybrid FC, starting 11 is Pierre Corneille, number 10, Kyle Simmons, number 5, Bonazina, number 7, Mohamed Salah, number 3, Nessie Brownie, number 16, Christian Johnson, number 9, Matthew Castillo, number 18, Evan Azabaraja, number 17, Yoma Ogmargarra, number 4, and Matthew Tejeda, number 22. That is going to be your starting 11 for the visiting side. Now for the home side, MSI Pro, your host of today, it is going to be the starting 11, 61 Figueroa, number 4 Yi, number 5 Wala, number 26 Zuancha, also known as Jay-Z, so potentially we'll be referring to him as Jay-Z, number 6 Carbola, number 9 Zutorko, number 10 Warbowski, number 16 Ono, number 22 Ibrahim, and there's a slight change. You might see him on the website as number 23, but he is going to be number 12 Omatu and number 4 Morillo. That's going to be your starting 11 for MSI Pro. We should be getting walkouts here shortly. This is going to be a pretty big deal for the MSI side as they're trying to have their run so they can be the host of the playoffs coming here shortly. 2 games on the line for both sides. Obviously, Hybrid FC is out of the playoffs, having had a rough start, rough first year. This is their debut year, and it was a pretty rough season for them, but they finally found a win their last game. It was came at the hands of Tejeda, who is a new player for them. They finally got their first points of the season. Actually, not first points, first win of the season, as where Hybrid has found their form recently, going up against some of the biggest sides and getting away results like their game against Chiefs. It was a 3-0 win. DC Hyper, it was a 1-0 win. Those two being the biggest threats of the season. MSI has now long passed them and is sitting at the top of the table. And these next 2 games are really just about, will they host the playoffs? Will they have a bye on the 21st? Time will tell as we get here and get ready for the walkout for this MSI side hosting at their Albert Einstein High School. It should be noted that if they do make the playoffs and they are in the first seed, the 21st will be a bye, and then they will host the next round, and then the final between DMV South and DMV North will be played at their temporary home, which is not here. It is down the street, Willow High School. And that will be determining who makes it into the round of 23s for the UPSL national playoff scene. It's going to be a very interesting matchup here. Hybrid, obviously, with nothing on but takeaways and positives to end the season, and MSI to host. We'll take a second here as we play the national anthem. Alrighty, traditions have been upheld, and The game is just minutes from kicking off here. MSI will be in the green, as where Hybrid FC will be in the black and green shorts. We'll find out here shortly what side the home side will be going from. It looks like MSI on your screen will be going from right to left, as where Hybrid will be going from left to right in the black. Players to look out for the MSI side, Warbowski, number 10, who had recently found a cracker form, obviously nursing a little bit of a knock on his thigh, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So it's something to look out for, but definitely a player that has absolutely found form recently. Yi, the heart of the midfield, and Ibrahim, who has been the captain plenty of times this season, and I don't think it will be any different today. The Hybrid side, obviously, the big addition of Matthew Tejeda, number 22, who gave the team their only win of the season thus far. And here's your home side, the MSI Pro. Figueroa, another keeper who's absolutely had a run in their performance. Shout out to all the fans and viewers. This is DMV Sports Media. Do make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, comment, engage. We will see. We'll attempt. I'm not going to lie. We'll attempt to engage with the chat. Currently on the channel, we have a few matches going on. DMV Elite versus Alexandria Rough Diamonds in the MPSL, and the match of the week should be wrapping up shortly, which is Virginia Revolutions versus Virginia Dreams. Obviously, two big sides that have so much to offer in the DMV South. We could be watching the two teams that potentially will be playing in the DMV North versus DMV South playing here today with MSI and the VA Revolution versus Dream matchup. Just moments away from the whistle. And we're underway here in Albert Einstein High School, quickly taken by MSI just to test the keeper to see if the blood is flowing, the keeper's awake. No real concern for the Hybrid side, and quickly under pressure by this MSI team. It's MSI who comes away with the ball. Still MSI taken down. They're at almost the 50. Ball's hit, and it's Salah on the ball. We know how deadly he is with that speed. He's looking for space. Still Salah plays it off, doesn't find a teammate, and now is Yi on the ball. Yi opting to not put his team under pressure. This is something MSI is really good at, is playing out of the back. As I say that, they obviously hit it out of bounds, but they're really comfortable absorbing pressure, taking on that high press from any team. They're very comfortable playing it around the back and slowly moving the ball up the field. Hybrid, a little bit more of a dynamic team that likes to be vertical, likes to be quick and looking to go forward. Not too much of the dilly-dallying in the back there. Going to be a throw in for MSI. It's a quick turnover, and now they're in trouble. And another turnover to just rectify everything, and all is right in this field. And now it's MSI. We're taking the space. Still MSI. Forced out by this Hybrid side. That was Jay-Z on the ball. Big target forward, well, winger at this point. Up top, it's going to be Uzturk, who is playing the tip of the spear for this offense. And Jay-Z providing relief on this left-hand side. On the other side, I'll hold that thought as we quickly take this throw in. Is Warbowski. We've seen the form he's had recently. MSI still on the ball here. Forced to go all the way back to Ibrahim. Jay-Z giving the ball away there. Ibrahim saving him. And now it's hybrid. As I mentioned, they're very quick, dynamic, high-paced. Don't want to hold the ball too long, as that is usually the story. Got to look for those vertical runs and those transitions for this hybrid side. Well done by Warbowski. Now he's putting them under pressure. 3 men on. Hybrid gets back. Warbowski absolutely muscled off of that ball. And now Salah. That's a matchup worth watching right there. Salah and Ishibashi being a creative midfielder there for MSI. I stand corrected. It's not Ishibashi. It looks like it's Wala. Ibrahim with the throw-in. It's Carbola, actually. A little mix-up there with the numbers. The throw-in quickly taken by MSI. There's a through ball. Referee says he's offsides. The first attempt of a through ball forged by the offsides call there. Here comes the goal kick distribution. Opting to go long. Collected, headed by Yi. Now it's a throw in for hybrid. Yi again. MSI wins the second ball, but turns it over. Now it's hybrid. Hybrid has their first attempt and almost knocked on that door. Very nervy moment there for the MSI. Quickly restarted for MSI. MSI doing what MSI always does and playing out of the back there. Getting tied up there, cuts back, looking for a teammate, looking for support. MSI, Jay-Z on the ball. Zuancha. We'll see that a lot today. It's a through ball there. Warbowski takes a touch and it's still MSI. We could be seeing this go. He flicks on, keeper gets hands on it and now collects. It's still the keeper for hybrid there. Hybrid just turned it over in a very deadly situation, but fortunate offsides right there. Warbowski was smelling his first goal of the night. Very fortunate for that high line that the defense was holding. Quickly distributed. Ibrahim wins the first ball. Second ball, called a handball on Castillo. Ibrahim, who's wearing the captain's band for this MSI side. A man who makes little to no mistakes. Hope I didn't jinx him just now. Figueroa. Last 2 games I've watched of his and had the pleasure to call, he's ended with a clean sheet. So will tonight be another? We'll see. The pressure, Salah wins it, but teammate turns it over. As I mentioned, MSI is a team that's comfortable absorbing pressure, will play around the defense, is not quick to make decisions, always looking for the right ones. And Jay-Z's on, marked by 2 men, forced to cycle that back. Is Warbowski who plays it out wide. Teammate loses it, but tries to attempt to recover it, and now it's Hybrid going the other way. Referee plays advantage. Hybrid decides to play a little bit slower. Ibraha, another player that has found good form these past couple games. Here comes MSI now, playing through the middle. Plays a long ball, looked for Jay-Z, but overcooked it. Now it's going to be a throw in here for Hybrid. It's going to come courtesy of Yoma Omgarra. Omgarra with the throw in. Again, Omgarra. Fan hesitated, but all is right, and now it's the throw in. Ibrahim cuts that out. Figueroa with the ball. It's still MSI. Still MSI. MSI keep doing well, keeping possession here. Now forced to switch to Figueroa. To Ibrahim. Ibrahim, big boot down the middle. Referee says it's a foul. That was a foul on number 10 for Hybrid. That's Corneille. Pierre Corneille, another player to watch out for. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he was the first goal scorer for Hybrid. I could be incorrect there, but he definitely was either the assist or the goal. Big boot there. Figueroa all the wise to it. Calm, cool, collected. It's a training round. Now it's MSI here. Number 16. Oh no, another player who's had great form this season. E, urging his team to have patience, not to rush it. Yi being a key part to this MSI side on and off the field. He is the type of player that shows up 2 hours early and helps set up and then puts his heart on the field for this team. Here's, oh no, looked for the square ball but couldn't find a teammate. Well defended by this Hybrid side. Referee says a little too much left there. Warbowski to take the free kick for MSI. This is the last time we've seen Warbowski in a very similar situation. We got a highlight out of it with an absolute cracker of a shot. Took an outside spin And that opened up the floodgates against their game against Rockville. Will we see the same? He plays in the service. There's the header, and there's the first goal for MSI. Came at the assist of Werbowski, put in by number 9. And there's your first goal for this MSI side is Osturco, who has been absolutely lighting it up. Let's take a look at that. Werbowski puts in the pass, and the header just directed and placed into the back of the net for MSI. Now we have to see how this hybrid side reacts. Osturk is absolutely, that makes it 4 goals in the last 3 games for him. Absolutely on fire. Now we might see MSI really take control of this game. They love to start slow. Very remnants of another Maryland side. But Hybrid is not backing down, applying pressure, high line. But again, MSI does not mind it. They will play around it. They'll keep possession. They'll eat at the clock. Commentators curse, and now it's Hybrid cut out. Referee says there's a foul. That was enough right there. It was well defended by Omatu. And play on. Werbowski sees his name in the lights right there. Absolutely with high energy. Sala looking for his teammate. Tejeda on the ball. Tejeda tried that through ball. That was a good idea, but it was well defended. Jay-Z now. Jay-Z opts to go on his own. He's going to run out of space here. Ball still in play. Referee says, no, it's not. Questions there. Should he have passed? Should he have released the ball just a little bit sooner? Now it's going to be a Hybrid. Great tackle from Jay-Z. Zuancha, who we see very involved very early on. It's going to be a throw-in for Hybrid here. Ngara, who throws it in, took a bounce and exchanging hands quite a few times. Tejeda loses the ball. The referee said it was a foul on him. Advantage wasn't given. Kyle Simmons with the restart. Kyle Simmons, absolutely towering figure in that back line. Has had a good impact on this Hybrid side. Here comes a service. Figueroa opts to punch it, but the ball is still in play. Took an unfortunate bounce to Jay-Z. Now Jay-Z over touches it, and now it's a Hybrid throw-in. Many would say Figueroa should have came out, caught it, collected it. Sometimes it's tricky. Sometimes that sun just hiding the ball just a little bit or interfering with the vision, and you're forced to just Superman punch it. Hybrid now. Tejeda beats his first 2 men still. He's a dangerous player. Now it's Ibrahim. What a matchup right there. Does well, but the ball sent back in. MSI finally out of trouble. Werbowski tried to play the through ball, but it's Simmons who cuts it out. Now it's Salah. But it's MSI who comes out with the ball. Oh no, who is a solid midfielder for this MSI side. Figueroa on the ball. Opts to go long. Almost got that header, but it almost doesn't count. And that's Warbowski. Warbowski loses the possession. Now it's Hybrid. Back with Salah. This lovely give and go. Well defended. Jay-Z plays the through ball. Can he get to it? Doesn't have the speed. Mgarra turns it over. Oh no. Looking for an assist. Opts to go the other way, and Jay-Z said he was offside, so he didn't make the run. Here's Hybrid. Mbara just hits it off the end of the MSI forward. Unintentional, obviously, but no injury, so we play on. MSI now still playing with the ball. Doesn't mind playing in the back. I trust their full team back there. That back line is always absolutely on point. Warbowski does not look like he's at all injured, but there's something to watch out for. Big boot by the keeper. Oh no, tried to collect it, but it was Hybrid who came out with the ball. Tried to play a long ball, and his teammate almost keeps it in. You got to admire the hustle. Omatu, who's on the ball right now, was that player who got in the way of that. There's a jersey being pulled there. Referee calls it. That's a foul on Brownie, who was pulling Ono's jersey there. Gotta take him, at least ask him how he's doing before you get that intimate. Tried a through ball. Found only Kyle Simmons. Ibarra loses possession, and now it's MSI always going to that back line, looking for those threading passes. Warbowski plays it on. Referee says he's offsides. We saw that flag go up as soon as he attempted the run. Shout out to all the fans here. It's making a lively atmosphere for their MSI's last home game for the regular season. Great turnout here. Kyle Simmons standing on the ball. Plays at the head. That is really deep. He's kind of playing this very free-flowing role. In the beginning, he was the forward, playing more of like a false nine role, but really deep. Warbowski forced to go back. Figueroa. Living on the edge, Figueroa. Absolutely a lot of Hybrid players coming there before they opted to go to the midfield. Now it's Ono decides to cut back. Finding Ibrahim plays to Ostor. And now Warbowski again offsides. It's the third offside, second offsides call on Warbowski. Just got to watch that line. Hybrid is absolutely sitting really high. They know they have the speed, so they're going to sit a high line. Well defended. Hybrid side being their first debut year. MSI being a well-established club in the area, both from the youth academies to all the way to their semi-pro, both women and men's now. The women's side was supposed to have a game this evening, actually at this very same time, but unfortunately it was rescheduled. So that debut will be put on hold. They'll be playing in the United Women's Soccer League. MSI now does well to thread a few lines, and now it's Warbowski. Warbowski keeping possession. It's only Warbowski. Warbowski and Cal Simmons. What a matchup right there. Warbowski, still Warbowski. Plays it to his outside. Looks for the pass. Finds the pass. Now it's Jay-Z. Can Jay-Z do something here? Jay-Z opting to dance. Has to find a pass, or his opportunity is going to run out. Too many hybrid bodies there. It was never going to cut through, but a good opportunity there for MSI. Just nothing came of it. Referee actually said it's a goal kick. Must have been out of bounds before the clearance occurred. Kyle Simmons. What a tangle up there. Referee says that's a foul. That was Cornel with Walla. Little hug and dance there. Foul goes to the way of Cornel. Cornel sends it down the field. Got really high up there. Ibarra gets fouled. Referee says that's number 3. On, I want to say that's Yi. That could be incorrect. Yes, that was Yi. Figueroa with the restart. Oh, I promised that I would check the chat. Now we have had a quick moment. I will hold that thought. Here comes MSI. It's Hybrid who comes away with the ball. Forced to go all the way back. Keeper is ready for it. Turns it over to MSI. Possessions changes hands very quickly. Ibrahim and Figueroa figure things out. Walla. Correction. Carbola. Tried a little flick there. Only found a hybrid player. Now it's with MSI. The number 9s exchanges hands right there. Carbola, sorry. Tried to play a through ball, found a hybrid player, but the ball ends up with Warbowski. Warbowski forced to go back to Jay-Z. Jay-Z looking for options. Ball finally goes out of bounds. Says it throw in for MSI. Warbowski takes advantage of the chaos. That's not. Yi has switched positions with. I will get back to you on that. Yi is now sitting on the left-handed wing. Currently on the Murillo. That's Murillo. Sitting in the left back position. Yi in the winger. The left. Keeps the ball there. Now is Yi. Walla was fouled. Back to Ibrahim. Big cross right there. Takes a touch. Yi tries to find a cross. It was a beautiful touch, but not a well-executed cross. A little push in the back. Yi tries to come through, but referee says no foul. Play on. There's the service. Well stood, the hybrid defense. Jay-Z with a powering header. Carbola. No, that was Ibrahim, the captain, getting tugged by Cornel. Correction, by Johnson, Christian Johnson. Referee says, calls forth Christian Johnson. Giving him a warning, not a card. Stern talking to. Almost at the 30-minute mark. 15 minutes, just over 15 minutes left in the first half. MSI restarts. MSI with possession. Murillo going all the way back to Figueroa. Murillo asking for his teammates to head down. He's taking the space, plays it to Walla. Walla gets tangled up there and fouls Cornel. A lot of disagreements there, but referee was right there. He's gonna call it. Smart decision from Kyle Simmons. Werbowski wasn't taking the 10 steps back, so he opted to play quickly and hit the player. And at any time that happens, the referee has the right to call the foul or, as we saw, give a yellow card. Very smart decision from Kyle Simmons, because now Werbowski has to play with a yellow card. Sometimes that adjusts how players play. Sometimes it really just means nothing. But the coaches will definitely be paying attention. Cornel on the ball. Looking for a close teammate. Played it to Johnson. Johnson loses the ball. Now it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z has way too many hybrid defenders and somehow finds a way through to his teammate. It's still hybrid. Somehow it's still MSI, correction. A great through ball there. Now it's Walla. Walla's on the race. He cuts back, plays a shot. What a save from the keeper. Man, a great through ball that ended up yielding no results. Walla decided to slow down because of the defense, and the keeper just took away all possible angles and came up huge with that save, keeping hybrid in this game. But that through ball was absolutely beautiful from Werbowski. Jay-Z gets hit in the face off of a rebound. Referee's going to stop possession, stop the ball, and take a look at the player. Obviously, it's a head injury. Anytime we see one of those, whether a small one or one of those that kind of makes you pause, referee has to stop the game and make sure the player is okay. As we see, the athletic trainer's up and ready to assist. Referee asks them to hold the ball. Here comes the restart. Well defended by Ibrahim. MSI comes out with possession, quickly turned over to hybrid, but Ibrahim was fouled in the process. Now it's going to be a MSI restart. Quickly taken. MSI playing down the field. Who else but Orbowski? Orbowski, still Orbowski, plays it right into the keeper's hands. Another opportunity and another save by the keeper. And now it's a big boot on the opposite direction. And well defended. Well defended by MSI. That was Omatu. Omatu just absolutely defended that. Omatu has been key in many key points in this matchup, as well as Kyle Simmons on the opposite side. Oh, Sala's hitting really deep here. I do want to apologize. I have a misidentified number 7 on hybrid side of Sala. That's actually Zina, and Sala is number 4. Wala has his second opportunity. He can cut back and take the shot, and opts to go for the shot himself. What a goal. Lasso from MSI. Let's take a look at that replay. Wala got his second opportunity from a miscommunication between two hybrid players. He absolutely takes it on, and this time he plays it just a little bit wide from the keeper and finds the back of the net. And now hybrid have to figure things out. How do they bounce back from here? 2-0 down before the half. Questions need to be asked. Who's going to be the guy? Who's going to be the one that leads this team? Because MSI is flying, and MSI is feeling good. The goal being scored by number 5, Wala. Hybrid's taking a different approach this quickly. As I say that, they opt to go very vertical very quickly and finds nothing but Omatu. Oh no. Plays the ball, and now it's who else but Wala. Another moment right there, but it was well defended by the hybrid side. Cornel still defending as well. Salah versus Jay-Z. Jay-Z wins the battle. Not the second time around, though. And now it's Yi. Yi looks for a square, finds only a hybrid player. To hit that. Finds his teammate. Now they're on the counter. Tried to play the ball. Looked like it stayed in for a moment, but it went out. Zena saw it and tried to make a little brief run to it, but a little too late. Here is the hybrid is on the attack. The head just has an absolute crack of a shot, but with no direction. It's MSI now with the restart. MSI goes all the way back to Figueroa. MSI is not in a rush. It's only about 7 minutes, a little over 7 minutes in this half. So they're gonna eat away at the clock. And as I say that, they opt to go very vertical as Wala and Simmons is Ibarra. Ibarra beats 2 players. Still Ibarra plays his teammate. Now Hybrid's going to look to cycle the ball out wide to Sala. Sala gets taken a little. Referee says it's a foul against Hybrid. Here's the restart for Hybrid, going with Jay-Z. Gets tangled up. Jay-Z keeping possession and loses it. Now it's going to be a throw-in for Hybrid. Here's Hybrid. Hybrid shouts of a foul, but referee says it's not enough. Jay-Z now keeping possession for MSI. Going out wide. Murillo has time and space. And plays it right into Sala. Jay-Z and Warbowski didn't communicate, but it took the fortunate bounce, and now it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z has no options. Zuancha forced to go back. Now Ibrahim. To Matu, to Murillo, and Murillo right back. That defense has touched the ball twice each player in a matter of 30 seconds, and there was no pressure from Hybrid, who are the ones chasing the game. Murillo has all the time in the world with no pressure coming. Oh, no. Oh, no, asking for an apology for some reason. This is what's going to happen. If Hybrid does not press, MSI is just going to keep possession and eat away at the clock. Zuancha. Jay-Z. They tried to give and go, but only gave it to a defender, and well done by the MSI player, but even better defense from Hybrid. Ibra, great tackle. Referee says it's MSI's ball. There was a delay there, but it went to MSI. MSI keeping possession there in the midfield. MSI is in no rush to put pressure on, being 2-0 up. It's Hybrid who has to chase. Warbowski tries to take a turn, and Salah flicks it on to Zina. Zina to Tejeda. Tejeda has 2 defenders on him, now 3. Tried to force it through, but absolutely could not. Salah not happy about that call, asking for the player to get up. It looks like it's Öztürk who's on the floor there. It was Turk who opened up the scoring tonight. Murillo to Umatu. Again, not in any rush. But now we do see some Hybrid pressure. It's going to go all the way back to Figueroa. Figueroa plays it close. What a flick on to Warbowski. That's beautiful from Carbola. And now it's Zuancha. Jay-Z plays it through square, and it missed time, and what a save from the keeper. My word, what a save. Absolutely misread, and another opportunity, but well defended by Sala. But what? That was a miscommunication right there from the defense, who just let the ball go through. That was Sala. And man, what a save. Keeper went from post to post to make that, and then Sala forced to make it a defensive, some defensive heroics right there to block that second shot, making up for his earlier mistake that almost saw MSI take this 3-0. Hybrid, very fortunate right here. And now it's going to be Hybrid who asking for the yellow there. That's Corneal who was fouled, referee. Referee did give a yellow. Did not see who that yellow was for. It might have been Morillo. It's going to be Hybrid with the restart as we enter the 45th minute. Can't see too much stoppage time being added here. Kyle Simmons to Ibarra. Ibarra tried to play a through ball. It's still Ibarra. Finds his teammate. Corneal on the ball with 2 to 3 MSI players and turns it over, and then quickly back with MSI. Miscommunication there. Morillo comes through with the save. Yi. Carbolo. Carbolo. Now it's Yi. Voila. Was Turk. Loses the ball. Salah wins that ball. Now it's to Zina. Zina couldn't get to it before. Omatu just sees it out. Now we're in the stoppage time. About 30 seconds into stoppage time. I haven't seen any sign from the ref as to how much time is being added. A good reminder is whatever they do add, it is the minimum, not the maximum. A few teams get upset when the time exceeds the minimums, not maximums. Great little give and go right there. Jay-Z opt to go backwards now. Omatu to Ibrahim. Ibrahim finding Jay-Z. Miscommunication right there. Now it's a turnover, but the race is on. Who's Turk? And what a save from the keeper yet again. This keeper absolutely breaking hearts out here. Who's Turk, who took the shot. Actually going to pull us out of the replay because we're going to quickly take this corner. Or I thought they were. But they opt to waste time. Carboya, who's heading over there to take the corner. Here's the service. Finds only a foul. Referee calls it. And now it's just going to be a restart for the keeper. Kyle Simmons lets it pass, and referee says that's it for halftime. What a half it's been for MSI, who is leading 2-0 from goals from Wala and Uzturk, who absolute bangers. Wala almost had a third, but this keeper has been playing lights out. Hybrid's going to look to come quickly and try to turn things around, and MSI obviously needs to keep this shape, keep this speed. Everything they're doing is right. It just little odds and ends, and they can see this game get a lot wider, those margins. We're going to take a quick little break here for the halftime. Do make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and engage. Share this out, and we will see you all momentarily. Welcome back to DMV Sports Media. We are here for the second half of this hybrid versus MSI. This has been a really good match, obviously, for MSI, who's currently leading 2-0. Very comfortable on the ball, loves to play around, and obviously hybrid, who just came off of such a good moment for them on this win, finds themselves in a situation they're not really pleased with. But there's a whole nother 45 minutes and much on the line for this hybrid side, and especially for this MSI side. Today, I'm joined by a special guest, Mr. Sebastian Rua, who actually had the first goal for hybrid. How you doing, Sebastian?
I'm doing good. It's a pleasure to be here. Pleasure to give my feedback on the hybrid team. Yeah, just out injured, but here to support the lads, and happy to be here, commentating, making my debut.
Hey, we appreciate you for coming up here. It's never easy to do it solo, but here we are, and now I have you, so this is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm gonna pitch it to you to kind of break down hybrid here in this first half for us.
Okay. Yeah. I think hybrid, they started well. But it looks like towards the end maybe there was some problems with communication out on the pitch with the press or with the marking. So hopefully hybrid's gonna come out with a little bit more energy, and I'm excited for the comeback.
Yeah, it's no offense to hybrid, but this is a big task, right? I mean, you're looking at the first place team who's really found the form late on, and immediately, scored, and now we find ourselves what? Oh, sorry about the scoreboard, y'all. I thought I had it up, but I did not.
But I say 2-0 is the most dangerous score.
2-0 is the most dangerous score.
We will see.
Obviously, whenever – oh, sorry about that, folks. We are trying to fix the scoreboard here as we speak. 2-0 is when complacency sometimes hits and teams tend to take their foot off the gas, and mistakes happen. And we almost saw a little situation there if it wasn't for the offsides. But, yeah, complacency hits, and then – you kind of take your foot off the gas because it's a big enough lead that you I'll hold that thought. Hybrid does well to come out of that. Now it's going to be MSI going all the way back, and
looked like there was a little tackle after the play there.
That's something the referee's going to have to look at this half as the game starts to scale down and plays start to get away from players and fatigue kicks in. You really got to pay attention to that referee staff.
Looks like hybrid made 2 changes at the half. They brought on Randy as a number 10 and Sebastian on the right. So we'll see. They can bring that energy, that creativity. Okay.
Here's a throw in for hybrid. What the hell? What an addition to this hybrid side. The Heda, who I think debuted last game, 2 goals last game, and now you see him being one of the main outlets for the team.
Yeah, 2 fantastic goals last weekend. Top striker really helped us get our first win last week.
Hybrid, MSI, however, is another team that is really in form. They struggled early on with some injuries, and now they have their full roster, and, man, some of these players are absolutely finding form at the right time. Warbowski being one of them, who had a absolutely hold that thought, because hybrid is pressing, has an opportunity to hit that, takes it out wide, is still to hit that. 2 defenders, loses the possession. Now it's MSI. Warbowski has time and space, looking for opts to go all by himself. Is Warbowski, cuts it back again.
Fantastic recovery by Salah there. Fantastic.
What a defensive recovery right there. Honestly, probably just saved another goal right there, because Warbowski saw his name in lights and just took it all the way. If you're a coach and you're looking at your defense, you're looking at that like, what a run. The keeper for hybrid has been in such a game. 3 great saves this first half. I'm sure he's going to be asked to do more this second half. Hard tackle, and it's right in front of the referee. That's a call all day, every day. Referee's going to give a little talking to, a flyby talking to, but he doesn't get the yellow card, and it's quickly restarted with this hybrid side. Kyle. And it's just exchange hands. What a ball right there. Now it's the head at the head. I couldn't get the touch. Referee says that's offsides. Restarted here for MSI. MSI, Yi. What is that? Now is Jay-Z. Jay-Z has, I was just commentator's curse, going to compliment a player and they do something absolutely left field. But yeah, this Jay-Z, or as he's known, Zuancha is his last name. He has been such a key player for them today. He hasn't had the best of seasons, a good season all around, average season, but this game he's been absolutely great and a threat for MSI. But Hybrid has done well defensively for the most part. Obviously they're down 2-0. One was a defensive mishap because of the miscommunication that led to that through ball, and then that second one, that first one, obviously, what a service from that restart and a header that just redirected it.
Looks like something happened after the play here. Not sure what's happening.
Referee giving some talking tos, asking the boys to behave. We're going to restart here with MSI's Hybrid's throw in. What does Hybrid need to do to get back into this game?
I think they just got to be a little bit more patient. You know, opportunities are going to come, and just keep playing. Maybe apply a little bit more pressure on that midfield and in the press, and just look for that creative. Sometimes the switch is on, what I'm saying. And if they can just make that final pass, they'll definitely be able to create some opportunities.
What do you think MSI is excited about?
I think MSI, they came into this game obviously with in great form, being in first place. They need, I believe they still need a win to solidify that first place position, so they still have something to play for. They're looking to hold out this game, potentially get a third goal to seal it off, but definitely trying to be solid in the back. But it looks like they are looking to break on the counter.
And there is a block right there, and it's going to be a goal kick restart for MSI. MSI quickly restarting. It's no offsides because he's behind the 50, and it's Jay-Z. Jay-Z, referee lifts up the flag. Many questions being asked there because the ball was played behind the 50, and for some reason, referee has the last say either way, whether we agree with it or not. The ball was quickly restarted. I lost track of it. Now it's MSI who recovers. Plays it out wide for Yi. Yi cuts back, looks for his teammate. Oh no, lets it through. It's Murillo who plays it down the line. Warbowski, what a through ball. Now it's Zuancha. Zuancha plays it to Osturko. He plays it through the shot and hits the post. What a gut punch right there. Goalie's going to be super excited about that. And that second follow-up had just too much pace out wide. Going to have to take a look at that replay right there because that was a beautiful through ball. Just perfectly timed and just goal post. Goalie had nothing to do but just look at the ball sail past him. Has been a substitution here for, oh no, looked like a substitution. Just warming up on the sideline here. Here comes a service from MSI. Well defended by Hybrid. And now Zuancha. Still JZ. JZ releases the obstacle all the way back. Under trouble. Now it's Hybrid with the counter. Ibrahim just calm, confident, composed as usual. MSI here in possession. Under pressure, and MSI plays around it. Something MSI has done time and time again and has no problem doing so. Now under pressure. What a move. This is why they do what they do under pressure. But they turn it over, and now it's Hybrid. Hybrid still with possession. Plays it out wide. Looking for the shot. Hits the keeper. Not enough venom on that, but it was a good attempt. What a move. Defenders are just doing, whether you enjoy it, obviously you enjoy it. But if you're a coach, you are screaming, telling them to cut that out. Stop playing around in the back. It's going to be a substitution here. It's quickly taken, didn't allow me to see the substitution. Looks like it's number 19 for MSI. Here's the through ball, Warbowski. Cornel is chasing, but Warbowski's way too in front, and there's the goal number 3 for MSI. Celebrating with his youth academy. You got to absolutely love that. I thought they're both celebrating over here. Warbowski, who got the goal, absolutely loving the fan engagement. Let's take a look at that replay here. All created from this through ball from Murillo. Murillo plays it to Warbowski, and Warbowski's just gone. And nothing the keeper can do is sometimes this game, the keeper, we've seen him do well with cutting off those angles, but this time it was unfortunately just a little bit too much space. Let's welcome back in Sebastian. Never mind. He'll join us here in a moment.
I might have to stop.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. You're good. Yeah, yeah. Actually, Sebastian is going to be heading out today. Do you want to say anything to the people as you sign off?
Yeah, Sebastian Rua, player for Hybrid. It was a pleasure to commentate. Thank you to I'm sorry, what's your name?
Gio
for letting me make my commentary debut, and vamos Hybrid.
Why would you do this to me? All right, appreciate it. Everyone, back on the mic solo dolo. Thank you for Rua for jumping on and just giving us a little bit of insight on Hybrid. Obviously, this is their debut season, and a lot to come from this team. But right now, it's MSI who's absolutely buzzing this 3-0 lead. Their home side, their last home game of the regular season. They're the team that's leading. They're the team that's looking to really end this season in the top spot so that they could get the bye in the playoffs. It's going to be Cornel with the throw in. Corneal here. Sends in the throw in. It's MSI who comes out with the possession. Here's a cutback. Sees it out. Hybrid has made some substitutions. We'll get those numbers here in a moment. Quickly retaken. And quickly back with Tejeda. Tejeda has a shot, takes a deflection. Figueroa with the reaction. Tejeda took the shot, it took a deflection, and Figueroa just watching it, having to make a last-minute reaction to make that save. You know, he's absolutely feeling it. Number 14 has come in for Hybrid. That's going to be, going to get you his, do not have number, yes I do. Samuel Hawkins. Hawkins has come in. Didn't see who came out, but we'll get that here in a moment. Here comes a corner. Played it close and well defended. It's going to be Hybrid here. Tejeda who gets the ball. Plays in the through ball. Still onside. There's the service, but sails to the back of the post. Two substitutions for MSI. It's going to be number 8, Asres, taken out. I'll get you on who they're substituting, and then the other substitution is going to be number 14. Under pressure, MSI forced to hit it out. Corneal wins that. Still Corneal. Corneal has a shot right to Figueroa's hands. Is going to be Mo Ndiaye. Mohamed Ndiaye is going to come in. I'll get you who they're subbing out here shortly. Hawkins loses the ball. Here's number 8, Asres, and number 14, Ndiaye. Still don't know who they're taking out. Hawkins on the ball here. Hawkins with the throw in. Finds only a defender. Corneal sends it back to Hawkins. Sends in the cross. Well done, Figueroa, and there's the clearance. Sala wins that possession right there. Now it's Hybrid. Still Hybrid. Hybrid's doing well. This is the best they've done all game. But MSI too well with the defense, stood well and cut out any attack that MSI was that Hybrid was putting together. And as I say that, they quickly turn it over. It's Corneal with a spin, but well defended and is back with Corneal. And it's Yee with a beautiful, referee said no, that's a foul. Yellow card for Yee. But the Hybrid player is down. We never want to see that. We never want to see a player down, but it looks like he's getting back up. And that's all we can ask for. Castillo looks like he was substituted out for Hawkins. As promised. I got you. Who subbed who? We're still waiting on who as rest, and NDI will be taken out. Corneal with the restart. It looks like NDI has taken out JZ. And as Res will be taking out Carboja. Sorry, Carbollo. Great performance from both players. Absolutely workhorses. Number 8 for Hybrid is also another substitution. I'll get you who that is in a second. Here comes the service. Plays it low. Plays it to Cornel. Cornel's out wide. He sends it back into the middle. Finds a header and just sails over the crossbar. Number 8 for Hybrid is Randy Salvador, who took out number 16, who was Brownie, Nisi Brownie. MSI restarts. Salvador pressures. Forced, and now it's Tejeda who comes with the tackle, but it's Johnson who's in the 50-50. Salvador loses the ball to Yi. Yi plays the through ball. And the goalie just absolutely sends that. And I am sorry, that was not Yi, number 3. I will get you. That's Shibashi. Shibashi, who gets absolutely taken out there. I'm not sure who Shibashi took out, but we play on. Oh, no. Was going to restart it quickly. Plays it to Ubrahim. Ubrahim under pressure, but plays around him. Plays it through ball. Referee says he's on, but just too far for Shibashi to get to it. And there's a player down here. Looks like it's Cornel yet again. Some more substitutions here for MSI side. Looks like it's number 2 and 25. Number 2, Noah Deltor. And 25 is Chris Glendinning. I'll go back here to where the foul is. And here is the restart from the goalie. Wendy. I was trying to get a magnet, but it didn't work. Wendy ignored me. Here comes the restart, the throw in. And it was a foul going in the way of MSI. No luck. Yi coming off. Noah Deltor taking his spot. Glenning taking out Murillo, I believe. Oh, no. Taking out Omatu. Two center backs, or 2 defensive players being substituted and replaced. They put in a lot of work today. Here's a restart, but there's a foul. Quickly fouled, and referee blows the whistle. Number 19 is another substitution for MSI. I will get you who that is here in a second. Neama being one of the 2 brothers. Here comes the service from MSI. Way too overcooked there. Not threatening at all for it's going to be restarted here for hybrid side. Hybrid under pressure, playing around, plays it out wide, and throw in for MSI. Here's a throw in. Oh no, beautiful through ball, but Ishibashi couldn't get on it. Hawkins keeps it in. It's still hybrid. Beautiful ball movement, but oh no, smart to it. It's a throw in here. Smiling because it might have come off his foot, but you know what? They buy those. They take those. Number 2 is actually a foul. Number 2 is Deltor. He's going to be standing over top of this. Noah Deltor sends the pass, finds a hybrid defender. The shot's still on, but doesn't break through. Still MSI. Now it's hybrid with Hawkins. Salvador cuts back. Try to play it to Hawkins. And the intended target was Johnson, but it was cut out by Deltor. Deltor in a toss-up with Cornel. Referee blows a whistle in favor of Cornel. Referee talking to Deltor, giving him a yellow card. Sometimes you just got to take it, though. Fans are not pleased, say the least. Here comes the restart. Kyle Simmons waiting for the whistle. There it is. There's a through ball, but blocked out by MSI's defense. Oh, I lost. Figueroa collects. Figueroa. All the way back. Now it's Tejeda. Tejeda keeps the ball. Tejeda loses the ball. Referee says it's a foul. And a yellow card. Oh, no, sorry, not a yellow card. He just raised his hand. It's not going to be restarted here. For Figueroa. It's going to be Figueroa at the restart. MSI under pressure, forced to go back to Figueroa. Big boot there. Finds a hybrid player. MSI doing well to commentators curse. Now it's Cornel who finds Hawkins. Hawkins has time, plays in the cross. And Johnson had a shot, but it was blocked. It's still MSI. Hybrid has really grown in the last commentator's curse. Ishibashi comes through and just steals it. Deltor puts his teammate under pressure. still in play. Referee says there's the clearance, which many people were asking for. Kyle Simmons looked like it went out, but didn't. Shibashi. Still Shibashi. That's a great give and go right there. There's a little cut back there. Plays a through ball. Just couldn't get to it, but does well to keep possession. Beats his defender. Plays the square ball. Ishibashi almost absolutely came through that, but it was Kyle Simmons who stayed composed and got his teammates out of trouble. So throw in for MSI. Does well to keep possession. Is still with MSI. Pokes it. Now Ostor. Absolutely, what a save from the keeper. Keeper is still on the ground. He plays it. Another save from the keeper. My word, this keeper is just not having it. And it's finally seen out for a throw in for MSI. This keeper absolutely denying the MSI players. And now it's Ono who plays it all the way back to his defense. And now they lose the ball in a very dangerous position. Ibrahim does well to track back and win that after being the one who turned it over. Substitutions here for both sides. Ostork comes out, being replaced by number 20. Number 20 is going to be Jasper Jack Pasu. And also number 2 coming in for Hybrid. We'll get his name here in a moment. Hybrid still in possession. Here's the shot. Figueroa just sees it wide. Good time to get who that number 2 is for you. That's going to be Justin Guevara. Justin Guevara being number 2 that came on in. We're now at 15 minutes of just under 14 minutes of regular time. Little through ball for Hybrid, but for MSI, but Hybrid does well to defend it. Now it's with the keeper. 3-0 is a tough tale for anyone to overcome, or tough task, I should say. Obviously, MSI is in a much more comfortable position now, being 3-0, and 2-0 is always that danger zone, but 3-0 is definitely, especially at 15 minutes left, or under 15 minutes left of the second half. It's a good place for MSI. Now they just have to go out and finish this game and do what they need to do against Bridgeport's in their last game of the season, which many say that is a must-watch appointment. Unfortunately, it will not be streamed on DMV Sports Media unless someone knows Bridgeport's and asks them to stream it with us, which we're more than welcome to and happy to. But we will keep you updated on whatever that score is, because that's going to determine when we will be back at Albert Einstein High School. Here comes the throw in for Hybrid, who's making some substitutions here. Number 11 finding their way onto the field. That's going to be Kevin Santos, who's finding his way onto the field. replacing Tejeda. Tejeda being that key player that gave Hybrid their first win of the season, but could not do much today with his MSI defense, who stood tall and stirred all the attacks that Hybrid had. Ibrahim with the throw-in. Going all the way back. Very, very shaky situation. But now it's on the other foot. Here we go. Can he have a strike? Has one, and a beautiful save from the keeper. My word, we have to watch that replay. It was just a beautiful through ball there, and it was just him and the keeper. And what a reaction from the keeper. Literally just had his left hand up, and that was all he needed to make that save. It's the fourth one this time. And now it's Figueroa to Ibrahim. Oh no. Shibashi. Back to Ono. Ono. And here they are. Got tangled up, but his teammates are there to bail him out. That's a great ball with time and space. What will he do with it? He plays it. There's a square ball, and there's the goal. 4-0 for MSI. Kind of seemingly came out of nowhere. We're going to watch that replay. The cross came in. He sent in the cross, and it was just redirected. I didn't see who redirected it, but it was one of the MSI forwards. We have to take a look at that one more time. It looked like it was number 19. I will get you that here in a second. Number 19, who would be the goal scorer, is Neama, who got that goal, just redirecting it. So now it's 4-0 for MSI, and a much more comfortable league for them. At this point, very little could come out for Hybrid. Unfortunately, it's just too much of a big task, but they're going to look to not end it on a 4-0. Obviously, they're going to go forward and try to get one back. But this MSI team is just relentless. There's the cross, and another great reaction. I thought it was a save from the keeper, but it was a restart for him, and now it's MSI again, the goal scorer on the ball. Pulls it, crosses it in, and there's the keeper. Just knew they're knocking. Number 14 was the assist of that goal, and that's Mo NDI. NDI, who has come on here and been a thorn in the side of Hybrid since he stepped onto the field. Seen him touch the ball at least 5 times. And every single time it's led to a cross or something and eventually a goal. Figueroa living life on the edge there. What a nutmeg. Hawkins. Figueroa finding Del Toro. Del Toro playing Shibashi, but loses the ball to El Salvador. Now gets tangled up, and referee calls the foul. Now it's going to be Kyle Simmons. Well defended by the captain, Ibrahim. Now it's going to be Figueroa with the restart. Big boot there. No nonsense. Simmons finds Mo Ndiaye. Now MSI slowly building up. Still MSI. It turns over quickly, but right back with MSI. Forced to go all the way back. Lovely ball right there. Yeah, I mean, the goal scorer somehow ends up back with it, fakes one player and still with it. Flicks it over and finds Del Toro. Del Toro's going to look for the service, plays it in, finds Ndiaye. Ndiaye has time. Two players, finds a cross, almost finds his teammate, but is still alive. Tries to force it through, couldn't. Now it's Hybrid on the counter. Was Hybrid on the counter. Referee says that's a foul, calls it back. Fans are starting to really go against the referee. With good reason. So that was a foul. Referee got that one right. Much to the dismay of the fans. Johnson now. Johnson plays it through ball, but only to Del Toro. Del Toro turns it over, and the defense just absolutely will not have it. That was number 24 who made that clearance. Granadillo. Nicolas Granadillo. I actually don't know if I mentioned, but he did make his way in. Under 5 minutes now of regular time. What a turnover, and there's the goal for Hybrid. Doesn't mean much to MSI, but you could tell it means a lot to Hybrid. I will get you who that goal scorer was, because there wasn't too much celebrations. Let's take a look right here. It was a awful timed turnover. Looked like it was number 17. Quickly restarted. I'm sorry, not 17. It was number 12. I'll get you the name of the number 12 for Hybrid. Nice little give and go there. There's the goal scorer right there, adding pressure. It's going to be a throw-in for MSI. So it was either Kevin Santos or, which we're going to watch a replay here to really see who that was. Figueroa, or number 12, who's on the ball right now. What a slide tackle, and MSI is finding themselves in very dangerous situations. Number 12 will be Fonseca. So we're going to take a look at here at the replay whenever we get a chance, once it goes out. Salvador battling, and MSI wins it. Ndiaye wanted that, but couldn't get to it. There's Fonseca. Fonseca sees it out. Let's take a look at that replay real quick. We'll wait for the throw in. Referee says there's a penalty. Let's see if we can take a look at that. Oh, we did not capture it because we were watching the replay, but it looked like it was a PK. Referee signals for a PK. So now it's going to be Figueroa and Johnson. Looked like it was Fonseca who got that second goal, number 12. Not Santos. Now it's going to be Johnson, who's absolutely put a shift in today. Number 9, Christian Johnson. Johnson versus Figueroa. Johnson takes a shot, and there's the goal number 2 for Hybrid. Just absolutely training ground stuff. There was no celebration. Instantly got the ball, put it in the midfield, and let's get going, Hybrid says. Hybrid believes. It's 4-2 now. Not the ending that MSI wants, but Hybrid is in belief right now. Here comes the restart. MSI, still MSI. Ishibashi tried to play the through ball but couldn't get it off. Wins the ball and now doing well to keep possession. Now it's Del Tor. Del Tor plays the through ball. Ishibashi's on. Just couldn't get to it. Salah, too much speed on that. Del Tor comes with the tackle. Now it's Neame, who does well to keep possession. Still MSI tried to keep it together, but he goes out of bounds for a throw-in. Hybrid takes it quickly. Referee says that's out of bounds, and now we are entering the 90th minute of the match. How much stoppage time will be added? 4 minutes of stoppage time. And reminder, folks, that's 4 minimum, right? So if it goes over 4, that's up to the referee. It's their discretion. Through ball there. The goalie for Hybrid, who is the reason why they're 4-2 right now, because MSI knocked on that door so many times. Great pressure being applied there. Referee says that's a foul. I just need to point out that there are kids that are still running at this hour. I need their energy. Absolutely love it. Quickly retaken by Hybrid. The goal scorer, Johnson, looks for his teammate, finds his teammate. Salvador loses possession. Now it's NDI. NDI finds his teammate. Still Hybrid, but too many defenders. Somehow he still keeps possession. Finally loses it after the third defender appeared. Still with MSI now. He's going to look for the cross. There's the corner. Referee says it's a corner for MSI after a bunch of bodies just mixed in there. We are in the tail end of the 92nd minute. Reminder, 4 minutes minimum. Quickly taken by MSI. Oh no. Why not try it? Why not try it? He does try it, but doesn't have direction. MSI forced to play all the way back to their defense. A big switch. He's still on, referee says that's the goal scorer. Neama tried to play the ball, but just missed. Some miscommunication right there. Ishibashi saying, come on, boys, let's get up. Don't let them out. Hybrid, you would think, would be trying to get this ball in play as soon as possible. So throw in here. Looking for a cross, but forced to cut back. They're just going to eat the clock. Del Tor hits it off the Hybrid player. Here's the throw in, all the way back to the defense. MSI doing everything to keep possession and not putting themselves in danger. Big boot there. Hybrid now on the counter. It's Hawkins. Hawkins keeps it in, but it's Deltor who wins the ball. Hybrid sends it in. MSI does well to defend. This is just end-to-end action right now as we last few minutes of over stoppage time. Referee says offsides, and that's all she wrote. MSI wins their last regular season home game. What a way to end it. A lot of drama in the late minutes. We're going to sign off here. MSI wins it 4-2 against Hybrid here at Albert Einstein High School. I'm Gio here at DMV Sports Media. Do make sure you hit that subscribe, like, comment, and engage. Right now, currently on the channel, you have Los Toros taking on Dorados hosting Los Toros. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. I'm signing off here. Congratulations.